Hello everyone, this is a brief description of how to use the Canon EOS 5D that we have in the lab. For a complete description of how to use it and the safety procedures you need to follow, please see the owner's manual. So we're just going to talk about some of the major components that I've used when using this camera. So first off is obviously the on-off switch that's down here at the bottom. We'll switch it on. Need to remove the lens cap. It's simply there's squeezy things on the end, and we can just pull it off. Focusing on this camera is done through the eyepiece, which is hard to show. There is no live view that I remember at the moment. Taking a picture is relatively straightforward. You just press this button here, as you do on most cameras. Three main things you want to control on an ISO, obviously, on a DSLR is your ISO, your aperture, and your shutter speed. So those three things can be controlled here. So if you want to change the ISO, you press this drive ISO button and then rotate this dial down here, and you'll see the value change. So it ranges from 1600 down to 100. So we push that when we're done. This is your shutter speed, and your aperture is beside it. If we want to change the shutter speed, we can rotate this dial on the front, and if we want to change the aperture, we can rotate this. I'm kicking my tripod, that's not good. We can rotate this dial on the back once again, so we can open it up or close it down. So oh yeah, we probably have no focus. I don't know if I can focus through the camera. There we go. So if we to focus, it's set on a manual focus mode right now. So we have it set here, and then I can change the focus using this. This is a 100mm macro lens. To set it to automatic focus, we just flip this dial, and then when we push the button, it'll focus it. Push the shutter button, it'll focus the camera itself, which is fine, depending on what you're doing. Let me see. Use this over here. You have a manual mode, an automatic mode. So if you don't want to mess with changing the ISO, the shutter speed, and the aperture, then you can go to manual mode. Alright, so to review on this camera, you press this little button at the bottom. In review, it'll show up, and then you can scroll through your pictures using this dial on the side. And scroll through whatever you've been looking at. Alright. Now, to change the battery and get the information off the camera and to change the lenses, I'm going to need to take it off the tripod to show that. So all I've done is turn the camera upside down to change the battery. I'm just going to open this door here, and we can pull the battery out as such. And then we have a battery charger that looks like this. So we put our battery charger here, and it'll charge up just fine. So we line these up, stick it back in. Now, if we want to get the pictures off of this camera, we open this door on the side, and we have a compact. We push this gray button, and the compact flash disc will come out, and so we have a compact flash disc reader, or there are cables that will allow you to get the information off the camera using a cable as well. So if you want to change the lens, this is like I said, a macro lens. Let me get another one. So if you want to change the lens of this camera, this is a camera that will take multiple lenses. We're going to do, it's quite simple. We're going to press this wide button on the side and then rotate the lens counterclockwise, and then take it off. Then we'll take the cover from the other the new lens and put it on the old lens so we don't get gunk or whatever in our camera. Then we're going to take the new lens, line up the red dot with the red dot in the frame of the Canon camera, slide it on, and then rotate it clockwise. It's a quarter turn, nearly a quarter turn, and hit till we hear a small click, and then our new lens is attached. So this is a 28 to 135 focus, but the aperture isn't nearly as large as the macro lens. So that is a general overview, a short overview on how to use the Canon EOS 5D DSLR. Obviously, for full description of how to use all the various components, please see the owner's manual. Hope you found this useful and have a good day.